Le Bureau de visibilité de Calgary is excited to bring you La French Connexion Calgary, where guests are invited to share their fascinating stories and raison d'être in English and or en français, with content in Cree, Michif, Blackfoot, and other native languages of Canada.
My name is Réal Girard. I am happy today to talk to you about a workshop on Cree Syllabics that I like to offer for reconciliation purpose. Okay, so this is an alphabet that was invented, created over many years by natives of North America who wanted to be able to translate. At first, they wanted to translate the Bible in their own language. We thought that they couldn't read and write. But in the 50s, a shaman called Kickapoo wrote the Bible on a stick like this, a talking stick. And they would go all over the country, and even before missionaries went all over the place, everybody knew what there was essentially in this big black book that they called the Bible, but that they couldn't read, they couldn't understand. But this they could understand very well. Now, over the years, it took many years, all over tribes all over North America tried to invent their own writing. And it's only in 1840, with the help of missionaries, that they came up with a system, that could work, and they started commercializing that system. Now, it was not easy at first because do you think there was a typewriter in Cree Syllabic? Do you think there was printing machines in Cree Syllabic? No. So they had to start really from scratch. A little interesting story about that. The first book that was printed in Alberta, in the West really, was in Girard, and it was a prayer book in Cree Syllabic. Now, they had to buy a press. So they had to go to Brussels, Belgium, and they ordered a syllabic press. So missionaries came to their mother house there in Paris. They were supposed to receive their press machine. Didn't come. One morning, knock. Paris police wanted to talk to the missionaries. They wanted to know what that machine was. They couldn't understand all these symbols. So they thought it was a spying machine. So they had to do lots of explanation to be able to come back to Canada with their printing machine. So just a little story about that. Now it became very popular, and then the Oblate missionaries in 1906 started a magazine in Cree Syllabic, Kitsitwamite, Sacred Heart. And then it was printed every month, 16 pages every month for 62 years. The last that was printed was in 1978 in Lac La Biche. It was printed for a while in Masquatsis, Ubima, and then it started in Saddle Lake. So, which means that a lot of people who had never been to school, who didn't know how to read and write with our alphabet, they learned that in a very short time. We would transmit it to their children, to their friends in winter on the trap line. They were reading news. Now, in this, all kinds of news about volcanoes, about the Titanic that sank, about building ships, about earthquakes, all kinds of articles. So that's so important. So just a little bit to show how it works. Each symbol can be turned in the 4 directions, which goes very well with the spirituality of the Nihio people, who which means the people of the four directions. Because all their ceremonies, they have, it's very important if you look at the west, east, north, south. So you change so this is called, so that's the sound. So that's the sound, and this way the sound A, the sound E, the sound I, and the sound O. 4 vowels. And then you have the consonants. And every consonant turns 4 times, 4 directions. And the sound is different according to the direction. So that would be pa, pe, pi, po. And tate tito, sa se si so, ma me mi mo. And that's it. So they could read and write fluently their language. But the white system was not really comfortable with that. If they couldn't write in Roman orthography, could we consider them literate? They decided no. They were not literate. They really had to write it in Roman orthography. Otherwise, that was not civilized in a very short. And that's why now they are trying to revive this writing system. What is strange is that now that they are very well educated, they have lots of degrees, the more they are educated in our system, it seems that the more complicated that is. So that's one of the reasons why I love this, I like these symbols, and I would like to help out in reviving all this in schools. White people, that belongs to all Canadians to me. So it's up to us to learn it. And this way, to reconcile with people that we have just about forgotten, but who are still existing. Thank you.